Okay. Very good evening, everyone. Good evening, students. So, first of all, I welcome each one of you to my class on the Indian Penal Code 1860. Let's start with my brief introduction first. My name is Sandeep Khatri. These are my areas of specialization, as you can see on the screen. Here is the link of my profile of Unacademy. So make sure you follow that to get all the updates about my special classes and my plus courses. This is the link of my Telegram channel where you can connect with me and ask your questions. This is my code Khatri10, which you can use to get free access of all the special classes available on Unacademy app. So this was about me. Now I request everyone, please be attentive, and this is going to be an interactive session. Okay. The moment you feel you are not clear with anything, feel free to ask your questions in the comments and I'll answer accordingly. Before starting this session, students, I have an important announcement to make. If you are facing difficulty in any of these 9 special laws, then you may refer my special law series, which I have covered in my special class, which is completely free of cost, that is available on Unacademy app. Okay, so I have completed the explanation part of all these 9 special laws. In addition to that, the important MCQs as well. Now coming to today's class, this is the third class where I'm discussing this topic, that is offenses affecting the human body. In the first class, we have discussed section 299 and section 300. In the next part, I discussed the concepts of hurt, grievous hurt, how you can remember what is the relationship between all these sections, starting from section 319 till section 326. Then the concept of acid attack. So this much we have already covered. So before starting this class, first I will take your problems, if any, from the topics which we have already covered. After that, I will pick the topic assault, and later on kidnapping and abduction. So this is the schedule of this particular class. So if you do have any questions in your mind in relation to the topics which we have already covered, you may ask. Very good evening, Ayush and everyone, those of you who have just joined. All good, Ayush? Okay. Any questions, students? Last 10 seconds. After that, I'll start a fresh topic, that is of assault. Okay, no questions at all. So I'm starting with the fresh topic, that is assault. So first thing which you should know about this concept is assault is something which falls under IPC as well as the law of torts. The meaning of this concept remains the same. Then what is the difference? Similar like assault, there is a concept of defamation that also falls under civil law and criminal law as well. So when it comes to, if suppose Mr. A, let's take an example, if Mr. A committed assault against B, now it is B who is going to decide whether he wants to take a criminal action, whether he wants Mr. A to get punished, then he will choose IPC. And if he wants any kind of damages, then he will choose torts. Or Mr. B can go for both the options. So this is the first thing which you should know before entering section 351. Okay. Now coming to what is the meaning of this concept assault. What is assault? So to make this a very simple one, let's divide the whole concept of assault into 3 important essentials. The very first one is any kind of gesture or preparation. Mind it, students, when it comes to the concept of assault, the person who is committing the offense of assault, he is not touching the body of another person. That is the key point. He is only making some gestures, or he's doing some preparation. Now, what kind of preparation, what kind of a gesture, that we will get to know with the help of second essential. Intention or knowledge. Okay, let me complete the essentials first. After that, I'll explain. Intention or knowledge. About to use criminal force. Now I'm explaining all these three essentials. Very good evening, Vandana and everyone, those of you who have just joined. Okay, students. First one, gesture or preparation. So let's take some example of gestures. Doing something like this. This gesture means that I am going to kill you, or showing your fist that I am going to hit you. So if someone is showing any kind of these gestures or preparation, what kind of a preparation, that what kind of a gesture, that you are about to use the criminal force, that you are about to use criminal force. Now let's take an example. If someone is finding his gun, or if someone is suppose loading bullets in his gun, so he is doing preparation. And what kind of preparation, that he is about to use the criminal force. And all this procedure is taking place intentionally, that is desire of the mind, or knowledge, which means you are aware, you are aware with the facts that whatever you are doing, that is not something which is accidental. So what kind of a gesture, what kind of a preparation, that is something which is intentional or knowledge, that you are about to use the criminal force. Now coming to what is criminal force, section 351 deals with the concept of assault, criminal force defined in section 350. Now let's take an example. Let's take illustration A. If A shakes his fist at Z, so if A is showing fist at against Z, intending or knowing it to be likely that he may thereby cause Z to believe that A is about to strike, then A has committed an assault. Mind it, Mr. A has not even touched the body of Z. Still, this will amount the concept of assault. So this is the topic of assault. Now, coming to the explanation part. Mere words do not amount to an assault. But the words which a person uses may give to his gesture or preparation such a meaning as may make those gesture or preparation amounts to an assault. So this is your section 351, which you will read with section 350, that defines the concept of criminal force, and the punishment is given under section 352. Now, any questions from the concept of assault? Very good evening, Anil. The intention or the knowledge we are talking about here is the one who is doing the offense of assault. The intention, I'm repeating myself, the intention or the knowledge we are talking about in this particular example is about the person who is doing the assault. Clear, Ayush? Okay, moving forward. Now coming to the next topic, that is of kidnapping. When it comes to this concept of kidnapping, we can divide this topic into two parts. One is kidnapping from India, and the another one is kidnapping from lawful guardianship. So this is your section 359. 359 just tells you that the kidnapping is of two types. One is from India, the another one is from legal guardianship. Now coming to from India, which is basically your section 360 and 361. Now, how will you get to know that it is a case of kidnapping from India and when it is going to be kidnapping from lawful guardianship? Again, you should know the essentials of that particular section and you can easily figure that out. The very first essential of kidnapping from India is any person. Now, what does this any person here means? Any person means male, female, or the transgender. First thing, of any age. That can be of age of 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or 80 years. No age bar, okay? Any person, which means no age bar. Even a minor can be kidnapped from India. Coming to the second essential. As the name suggests, kidnapping from India, which means beyond India. Now, what is beyond India? If someone takes a person from Delhi and took him to the Bangladesh. Now, Bangladesh is another country, our neighboring country. Now, if a person, any person of suppose age 20 years, Mr. A, okay, and he has been kidnapped from Delhi and this person now is in Bangladesh. So that is your second essential, which is beyond India. But suppose if a person got kidnapped from Delhi and now he is in Bihar, can you say that will fall under kidnapping from India? Answer is no. So the very first two essentials are any person and the second one is beyond India. Beyond India means beyond the limits of India. So any foreign country basically. Moving forward, the third essential. The third essential is without consent. So if a person consents that okay, I'll go with you to the Bangladesh, then that will not fall under kidnapping from India. That must be without consent of that person. And in case of minor, so minor is someone who is law's favorite child. So even in the criminal law and as well as in the civil law, the law is going to protect the interest of minor. The reasons are very simple because minor are not mature enough to know the consequences of their conduct, and that is why their consent is immaterial. So in case of minor, whose consent is required? It is the parents. I usually take one famous example while explaining this concept, and during our school times, whenever our school took us to a trip, you usually got a form which a student needs to get signed from his or her concerned parents. Why? Because they need consent. Okay, because they need consent. If there are any foreign trips, the consent of the child is immaterial. So in the case of minor, the consent of parents, or you can say the guardians. And if all these three essentials are fulfilled, students, then it is a case of kidnapping from India, that is under section 360. Now I'm concluding the concept of kidnapping from India. The very first essential is any person. Any person here means even the minor or the major, both will fall under any person. Any person can be of 2 years age old boy. Okay. Now coming to the second one, beyond India. That must be outside India. Wherever you are going to take that person, that must be outside India. So examples from Nepal, Bangladesh, or anywhere in the world. Okay. The third one, without consent. Why? Because if someone is going with consent, okay, if there is a major person, if he is going with if he is going out with consent, then in those circumstances that will not fall under kidnapping from India. So that must be without consent. And in case of minor, that must be The consent must be from the parents or the concerned guardian. Any questions from the kidnapping from India concept? Yes, anyone? And if it is all clear, then answer my question. Now, my question is, when we say kidnapping from India, it's a continuing offense or not? Answer in the comments. Kidnapping from India is a continuing offense or not? Anyone? Kidnapping from India is a continuing offense or not? If yes, what are your reasons? If not, then what are your reasons? Satish, yes. Okay. Now listen carefully, Satish. Kidnapping from India is not a continuing offense. Okay. Now coming to the reasons. Why not? What are the reasons that kidnapping is not a continuing offense? For that, you need to understand first what is a continuing offense and then what is kidnapping from India. Okay, what is kidnapping from India? I have just explained. Now, coming to the concept, what is a continuing offense? Continuing offense is something which is not get completed because of the nature of the offense. Let's go into the details. For example, criminal conspiracy, or for example, abduction. These are the examples of continuing offense. Let's take some example. If an offense got started from this end, this will end here. Let's take some example of murder first. Okay. Someone starts from here, then he shoots, and then the person got killed, death took place. So we can say the offense of murder started from here, ends here on the concept of death. Okay. Now coming to the second example, kidnapping from India. So any person, this starts from here, okay, without consent, outside India. The moment you took the body of the person outside this country, the moment, I'm repeating myself, the moment you took the body of the person outside this country, kidnapping from India got completed. That's it. I'm repeating myself. Kidnapping from India is not a continuing offense. Why not? Because there is an end. And where it ends the moment you took the body outside the country, that is India. Okay. Similarly, kidnapping from lawful guardianship is also not a continuing offense. But when it comes to the offenses like these one, criminal conspiracy or abduction, these are the examples of continuing offense. Why? Once I'm done with the concept of kidnapping from lawful guardianship, after that I will come to abduction, and then I'll discuss again why abduction is considered as a continuing offense. I hope it's clear now. Okay, ji. Moving forward now, coming to the next part of kidnapping, that is section 361, kidnapping from lawful guardianship. When we say kidnapping from lawful guardianship, the very first one is whoever takes or entices. So what is the difference between these two terms? Whoever takes or entices. Takes here means the moment you pick up the baby. Okay. So that is the term take will use. Entices usually used when in terms of a girl. Okay. uh, जैसे you usually get this in the news that someone took a girl and लड़की को भगा के ले जाना. So at that point of time we use the word entices and the age of the girl is below 18. Okay, so then entices will be used. So takes or entices. Second, 16 years, 18 years. So 16 years in case of male and 18 years in case of female. And unsound mind. There is no age for unsound mind. Listen carefully, students. When it comes to the concept of unsound mind, there is no age mentioned. So suppose if there is an unsound mind person whose age is 50 years, his case can still fall under section 361. That is unsound mind. Now coming to female. If the age of the female is above 18 years, then she cannot be kidnapped from lawful guardianship. If the age of the male is above 16 years, then his case will not fall under kidnapping from lawful guardianship. Going forward, now you can see the difference as well. The very first essential of kidnapping from India was any person, but here there is a list. There is a age bar. So you have to follow that. Going forward, the third essential. Out of the keeping of lawful guardian. This is one of the most important essential of this section where you will get all the questions. All the application based questions, 99.9% are on this point only. Once I'm done with all the essentials, after that I will take an application based question. Going forward, without consent. Now, whose consent we are talking about? The consent of guardian. Why guardian? Because they are minor. And in case of unsound mind, it is always going to be the consent of guardian, irrespective of the age of the unsound mind. So these are the four important essentials. If someone takes or entices, second, in case of male below 16 years, in case of female below 18 years, for unsound mind, no age. Third point, out of the keeping of lawful guardian. Now, what do we mean by this term, out of the keeping of lawful guardian? So let's take a simple example. If this is a park, a child is playing in the park, on the park, and the mother is sitting on this bench, and then someone come in, Mr. X come in and took this child out of the park. The moment Mr. X took this child out of the park, out of the gate, you can say now the child is out of the keeping of lawful guardian. Okay, so this is the meaning of this concept. Now coming to the last, the fourth one, without consent of guardian. Now let's discuss one application based question. Suppose a child of 8 years lost. Okay, now this child is roaming in another city. Okay, suppose this child lost in Mumbai and now he is in Delhi. Okay, now while this child is roaming around in the city, Mr. X took this child to his home. Why? to use that child for domestic help. Now coming to whether Mr. X has committed kidnapping from lawful guardianship. Yes or no? Answer in the comments. Very good evening, Ashish. Yes, Ayush, entices here means elopement. Do I need to repeat the question? A child lost in Mumbai. Okay, the age of the child is 8 years. Okay, now that child took a train, suppose, and now he is roaming around in Delhi, and Mr. X took the child to his home for domestic help. Okay, now whether Mr. X has committed the offense of kidnapping from lawful guardianship, yes or no? Answers. Okay, now I'm answering. Ayush, listen carefully. Okay, Ayush and Satish, listen carefully. The very first essential, whoever takes or entices. So in this particular question, Mr. X takes the child. Okay, so the very first essential got completed. The age of the child is 8 years. So even I have not told the male or the female, because that doesn't matter. The age of the child is 8 years. So that second part also fulfilled. Now coming to the third part, out of the keeping of lawful guardianship. Out of the keeping of lawful guardianship. No, 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 no. This is not out of the keeping of lawful guardianship. Why not? Because while the child got lost in Delhi, the child was not under the lawful guardianship. And if this third essential is not fulfilled, then it cannot be a case of kidnapping from lawful guardianship. I hope I am clear. Chaliye ji. Coming to the last part of this class, that is about abduction. Now, what is abduction and why abduction is a continuing offense? Section number 362. So, whoever by force, okay ji, or deceitful means. Deceitful here means किसी भी तरीके से धोखा देकर, and by force here means kind of your coercion. Okay. Any person. So the similar concept of kidnapping from India, any person. Abduction can be of 2-year-old, abduction can be of 20 years old. Either someone is a minor or major. Any person, irrespective of the age. Third essential. To go from any place. Now coming to go from any place. Force, kind of coercion, deceitful. Okay, some deceitful here means to deceive any person irrespective of age. Now focus on this one. To go from any place. Now the question is, can you answer this from where to where? कहां से कहां लेकर जा रहे हैं? To go from any place. So you cannot answer this question from where to where by reading the third essential. And this is why abduction, the nature of abduction is something which is never going to be completed. So it is always like, it will start, but it will not end. It will always continue. Continue like if someone took someone from Delhi to UP then to Bihar, then to Jharkhand, then to Kolkata, then to Nagaland, and so on. Okay, that is to go from any place. So this is why abduction is called a continuing offense, but not kidnapping from India or kidnapping from lawful guardianship, because they got completed the moment you took the body outside the country. Kidnapping from India got completed the moment you takes the child outside the lawful guardianship. The offense of kidnapping from lawful guardianship completed. Now, anything which you are not clear with. Ayush, answer to your question. Okay. See, when we say if someone is orphan, can they be under the lawful guardianship? Answer is yes. If someone is orphan, it means they don't have father or mother. But still, orphan may have any relative, or orphan may have any guardian. Okay. So that doesn't mean कि orphan cannot be kidnapped from lawful guardianship. I hope it's clear, Ayush. चलिए जी. So this is the link of my profile of Unacademy, my Telegram channel, and this is my code Khatri10. So let's crack PCSJ with Unacademy. Students, if you are preparing for UP or Chhattisgarh Judiciary exam, then you may go for these test schedules. There are 3 full-length mock tests for UP Judiciary, and there are 5 full-length mock tests for Chhattisgarh Judiciary on a very minimum price. There's a new course which has been launched, that is of Safalta 4.0 comprehensive batch, starting from Feb 16th, and this is going to be for 12 months by all these concerned educators. There is a rapid revision for Uttarakhand Judiciary already started from 3rd Feb onwards, and this is going to be for 3 months. Unacademy has already announced the judiciary notes, and these are the key features. There's a mains test series for Punjab Judiciary, and these are the features. There are 3 full-length tests for mains exam plus model answers. So that's it from my end. See you in my next class. Till then, yes, it's time to say peace.